he won't move. So they have to be removed. And I asked, would you do it by force? And he said, we would have to. And what they would do is they would enter the poles and then flush everybody out to the surface. So folks, when you see a reptilian crossing the highway, don't run over them. Just get out of the way. Okay? I mean, it could get really, really weird here in the next 6-8 years. I mean, you can only hide a truth for so long, and then it just screams out. And they're already trying to prepare you for this stuff. I have a lot of friends telling me about a TV show called Dark Skies. Where they're literally telling you, but they're doing it in a way that you think it's just, television. And I don't watch TV. We don't watch TV, so I miss a lot of good stuff. But, I always hear about it. And I think that was it. So now we can go to the questions. What? Okay, ma'am.
Yes, hello. And what I want to tell you and ask you as a consequence is, are you familiar with a book called The Greatest Story Never Told by Lana Cantrell? It's a book about 1,000 pages, and she describes in her research that we did used to have a green skin and we were copper-based, and she also described all these color changes that we went through based on her research. Now this book is literally small print, 1,000 pages, and I'm not through with it. But she also said the problems, describes the physiological problems that we have because of the lack of zinc, copper, and what the iron is doing to us, and what it did to us. Because our physiology changed, our mentality and who we were narrowed totally. So you...
What's the question?
Confirm to me this.
Okay.
And my question is, did they tell you anything that we could do for ourselves to help ourselves to go back? That's one part. The other thing is the genetics, the DNA. We apparently used to have multi-strand DNA. Do you know anything about it? And do we need it in our evolution? The third part is, did we used to have a whole brain that wasn't divided, and do you know anything about that?
Okay, thank you very much. I do not know about the whole brain part. As far as the book, I've heard of it. I've had other people approach me, but I understand it's out of print. And I understand that Miss Cantrell does not return letters or anything. She's just basically in hiding for whatever her reasons are. As far as the DNA, I have been told that those of us who are holding a higher frequency are literally creating a third strand. Most of the children coming in since 1982 already have a third strand. So this is just nature's way, this is the isness's way of just fixing things, as long as we're open to it. Okay. Okay, the question was, how can we help ourselves? I have asked that, and Mornay, all he has said is the information and wisdom already exists on your planet. So basically, don't ask us about yourselves, ask yourself about yourself. There's no shortcuts with them. I wish there were. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. It's great to see you here. I wondered if you could talk more about the draconians and the children that are missing. I know you have information, and I'm hoping you'll share it with us today.
This is the one subject I don't like to talk about. The draconians. Okay, the draconians are a very large reptilian race. They've been known as the Dracs. There is a royal line of the draconian reptilian race, and they're called the Seekar. They range anywhere from 14, 15 to 22 feet tall. They can weigh up to 1,800 pounds. They do have winged appendages, and they are awesome, awesome beings. They're extremely clairvoyant, they're extremely clever, and and they can also be extremely sinister. They apparently were brought to our time and space, our universe, in full physicality. Somebody brought them here and dumped them here. I don't know, and the Andromedans still don't know. But they were brought here in physicality, and they were taken to Alpha Draconis and stars nearby because it gave them the greatest chance of survival. So they were kicked out of some other place. Anyway, they are definitely a major factor to be reckoned with. They, for the most part, are service to self. They do not care for the human race because when they were dumped here, they were told that this was theirs to command. So whoever did this really screwed up. And they still have this mindset. They were one of the first to chart our solar system. In fact, they were the first of the ET races to actually put their flag on it and say it's theirs. Apparently, some of them still have the attitude that everything on it, in it, still belongs to them. And I understand that some of them have been coming back, and more will be coming back. Now, it's going to get real interesting, folks. I can't begin to tell you how interesting it's going to get. They apparently they have had space travel for 3 billion years. They are a remarkable race. They really are. But they have an attitude. And a lot of human races in our galaxy and outside our galaxy have had problems with them. And I don't want to say that all of them are like that, but that's really all that I've heard from the Andromedans. They've had major problems, as all the other races have. They are definitely reptilian. They look like velociraptors, except they're like 22 feet. And they're smart, they're intelligent, they can build. They're just very, very different from us. They apparently attacked Lyra, or came across human colonies in Lyra. Now, the human race was not created in Lyra. Okay? It was brought there to survive. And again, from what the Andromedans have told me, for some reason, once they go back approximately 427 million years, they just don't know what else is there. For some reason, there's no history beyond that, even though the physicality is there. So I don't know if it's being blocked from a higher level or what. They don't even know. The Draconians were flying through there. They came across these human colonies who were agricultural in nature. Basically because of their talents of horticulture and plant science, they were literally making the planets greater and better. Little gardens. When the Draconians flew by and they saw this incredible wealth of food, they basically wanted to control it. And apparently there was a misunderstanding between the lion races then, who were human, and the reptilian race, because the Lyrians wanted to know more about the Draconians and the reptilian race before they gave them what they wanted. And apparently the Draconians misunderstood it and literally went back and then attacked the planets and killed a lot of people, blew up 3 planets. And the Lyrians were literally forced to migrate and scatter into different parts of our galaxy. So it did in a way facilitate colonization. And I wrestle with whether the Draconians were planted here specifically to force us to evolve, or if there's some other agenda here. I simply don't know that. But that's basically what I know. I do know that not only them, but other reptilian races that are descended from them. Also, the Draconians, the reptilian races, are master geneticists. And I'm told that most of the dinosaurs and many other life forms that were on Earth were brought here then. Also on Mars. Apparently Mars was very much like the Earth at one time. and they came to Mars first. That's literally where our human form was created, by the way, was on Mars. That's where the primate and the human genes were brought together, was on Mars, and then we were brought here to work as slaves in the mines. Okay? So we're still working for a paycheck. And they enjoy human flesh, and they enjoy children mostly for two reasons. One, they don't have the